Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm gonna give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car is gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
So here's a question you've probably never considered before. What happens when Nick Valentine from Fallout 4 competes with Master Chief from Halo to help an old woman across the street? Who wins? This is our quarterly spring special from Robots Radio, where me and the other hosts get together and debate these things, and it's going to be a blast. I know this is different from the regular episodes, but I think you're going to have a lot of fun, and I'll be back next week with a regular episode, so the show's not going anywhere. I hope you have as much fun as we did, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome, everybody, to the Robots Radio Spring Post Crossover Special. We'll just call it that. I don't have official names for these things. And you might be tuning into whatever podcast you're listening to going, hey, who's this guy? What is going on? Well, this is a very special episode. We do these quarterly now at Robots Radio, and the show you're listening to is part of the Robots Radio Network. And I am Tom. I'm the guy who set up the network. I do all the running the network stuff, but I also host my own shows like the Fallout Lorecast, the Elder Scrolls Lorecast, the Lord of the Rings Lorecast, and Retro Recall. And with me this week, we have a host of other hosts. That's kind of redundant. But joining me, we've got Jeremy, or Void, who had to step away for a second. He'll be right back in a second. But then we have Sergio. Sergio, go ahead and introduce yourself and what shows you do.
Ahoy, my name is Sergio. I am the host of the Dungeons and Dragons Lorecast. I am also the co-host of the 616 Files, an unofficial history of the Marvel Comics universe.
Welcome back, Sergio. So good to
Always
have
a
you
pleasure
here.
to be here.
Yeah, these are super fun. And I didn't mention what we're doing this week, so I just want to throw that out there before we get too far with the intros. We are playing a game of, I'm calling it hero versus hero, but some of these might be villains. Everybody's going to bring a character from one of the things they talk about, and it's going to be against another character doing something that's typically mundane, and we're going to have some fun arguments to pick who's going to be the best at that mundane thing, like planking or something else. We'll get there. But next on our list is Jessica Starr. Jessica, so good to have you.
Hey, Tom. Greeps, everybody. Yeah, I'm Jessica Starr, host of the Starfield Lorecast, voice of Sophia on the Modus Files, also host the Fallout feed, stream at Jessica Starr XP, YouTube with the Wasteland Theater Company under Jessica Starr. Do a lot of things. Super happy to be joining y'all today.
Yeah, lots of Fallout and Bethesda stuff, so that's fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, welcome. And then we have Austin. Austin's joining us.
Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Austin. I'm from Jumperscape. You'll probably know me most from the library, Halo Lorecast. It's good to have you. Good to see you. There's too much stuff that I'm involved with, so jumperscape.com.
There you go. A bunch of Halo stuff and other things. So, yeah, go check that out. Austin, welcome. And then also we have Sam joining us. Sam, we have two Sams. We're going to call you Sam 2, but welcome to the show.
Yes, excited to be here. Again, my name is Sam. For this instance, Sam 2. I am host of They Killed Kenny, South Park Retrospective. Fairly new to the Robots Radio landscape, but excited to be here today and excited to get to know everyone.
So good to have you. And then closing us out, Sam, N7 Legend Sam. Welcome.
I'm Sam 2.
2.
Okay, what a lame joke intro. So also known as N7 Legend, I host the Mass Effect Lorecast. And, Tom and I hosted the critically acclaimed Xbox Game Pass show.
Yeah, it didn't last forever. And also, with all the craziness about Xbox lately, it's probably a good thing we ditched that after a while.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Oh, good times, though. But welcome, everybody. So this is the way this is going to go for our audience. Each person is going to be pitted against another host, and they're going to name a character from the IPs, from the games, from the books, from whatever they talk about, from the TV shows. They're going to pick a character, and they're going to stick with that character for that argument. And they don't know what the character is going to be competing in. I've got a list of 20 different things. We're going to pick one at random, and then they're going to have to each give us their best argument for why their character would win at that thing. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't make any sense, like from just like a conceptual standpoint. Like you pick a magical space dragon and then all of a sudden he has to bake a pizza or something. Like they're still just going to have to make it work. That's part of the fun. And then the other hosts are going to vote on, or well, first they'll ask some questions, discuss this a little bit, but then they're each going to vote on who they think won the argument. So it's less about the character that you have. It's more about your ability to argue why that character would win that competition. And then we'll just continue moving. Whoever wins will continue on to the next round, and we'll just see where it goes before the end of the episode. It should be a lot of fun, and I've got all sorts of fun things on this list, so I'm ready to get to it. But we're going to kick this off with Sergio versus Jessica. Sergio, which character are you going with? You going with the Dungeons and Dragons character or something else?
Well, I was going to use Dritz Duarden from the Dungeons and Dragons realm. I could also use Spider-Man from the 616 files, the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, you got a bunch of Marvel characters. That's true.
I have a bunch of Marvel characters. I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
Okay. Spider-Man, always popular. Against Jessica Starr. Jessica, who are you? You do the Starfield lorecast, but you also do Fallout stuff. I feel like that's fair for you to pick any of those characters in either of those.
I
IPs.
appreciate that. I thought you were going to assign characters, so I am woefully unprepared. And yet, hopefully I know the characters well. Let's just go with Starfield. I think that's most appropriate. And I will pick Andrasia.
Andrasia. Okay, so one of the companions from Starfield. Another fairly, I mean, I guess you're the main character, but you can't go with yourself because you can do whatever you want in the game.
Yeah, quite possibly the most popular companion from House of Varun. Yeah. She's mysterious, she's deadly, and she's ready to take on Spider-Man.
Nice. All right. So the competition is those two together, and Jeremy's joining us again. Jeremy, you didn't get to introduce yourself. Let people know who you are and what you do on the network.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Geyser, or Void on Discord, and I run the Dungeons and Dipshits live play D&D adventure podcast.
Nice. Also, we're starting out with Sergio and Jessica here, and since you just sat down, I'm going to have you give me a number between 1 and 20 to determine what they're competing at.
1 and 20? Well, regarding my D&D nature, I'm going to roll you a D20.
Do it. Roll it. Bonus points if you get it in the mic, if the mic can hear the roll.
Oh, give me a second then.
I think I heard it a little bit. Here, put it closer. Roll it again. Yeah, there we go. Foley work.
12.
All right. Okay, here we go. This is where it's starting. Spider-Man versus Andrasia doing their taxes by themselves.
Oh, man. Okay.
So Sergio, so you're going to start us off. You've only got, explain a little bit about the character, explain why they're going to win at this competition. Then Jessica is going to respond. Try to keep it short, just 2 or 3 sentences in your explanation. And then you're going to get a chance. Since you started first, you're at a disadvantage because she will know what you have said. So you will have the ability at the end to refute with just 1 sentence. So go for it.
So couple of sentences.
So you can just introduce your character just in case somebody doesn't know who Spider-Man is.
Well, Spider-Man is a man with the powers of a spider. No, so Spider-Man, Peter Parker, I would say he would be pretty good at doing his own taxes. One, because he, like many of us, is a freelance worker. He doesn't actually work for the Daily Bugle. He merely supplies photos for them. And so he would need to be able to know how to put that into his taxes, probably as some kind of what's the term I'm looking for, like contract worker,
1099 worker. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And he would have to do it himself because Peter Parker is historically not well off. He's always in financial straits. He's always eating, ramen and, mustard sandwiches. And so he would be adept at doing his own taxes because he simply couldn't pay someone to do them for him.
Nice. Okay. Jessica, your turn.
Okay, so my character is Andrasia of House Varun. And you may say, wait, she's not local. Is she filing taxes with the UC? How would she do that? She's not familiar with the laws. But here's the thing. Andrasia has trained for years to be a spy, to work undercover. She's worked as a smuggler. She's worked both below the law and above the law and trained on how to interpret and understand these laws. Additionally, she has been studying for this since she was a child. Extensive schooling, very good with mathematics. I think she would have no trouble with her own taxes.
All right, solid arguments. Sergio, you get 1 sentence to add a little bit more or refute something.
Someone who operates beyond the law isn't concerned with taxes.
Okay, those are the statements. The rest of us, you guys have any questions, any thoughts, feel free to chime in. You can ask them questions. You can just talk amongst yourselves. What do you think?
I guess it depends on the time period of these taxes. Are they modern day taxes? Are they?
Well, let's say it would be whatever taxes they have to do for their environments and where they live, when they live, any of that stuff.
So with Spider-Man, it's modern day. With Andrasia, I think
it's a few hundred years in the future. Yeah.
I got to be honest. I can imagine both of these characters getting arrested for tax evasion.
One willfully, and the other kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what's going on here?
Accidentally. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts or questions?
I guess I would say it feels like it'd be like a side plot for Peter Parker to basically try to fumble to get his taxes together in a fast time period, basically. So, and whereas Andrea, I could see her maybe just getting a robot, as an assistant to beep boop and get it done for her.
She would be incredibly prepared. No doubt. She always plans ahead.
Sam, you were talking about the time period, and I was thinking about extensions, and then I realized, you know what? I don't think Peter even makes enough to have to file taxes.
He might not.
I can relate to that.
He might not. It might be something that's completely foreign to him.
Well, I mean, he does have his own apartment that he does keep.
So he has to make enough to cover that in New York City.
Right. In New York City.
Yeah.
And I mean, Peter Parker has also been known pretty much multiversally to be incredibly intelligent.
That's also true.
Yep.
Isn't he also
a scientist? Yeah.
All the real, like the legitimate jobs he does, right? He's paid under the table.
Oh, naughty boy.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson probably just gives him a stack of 20s in a manila
cards.
Envelope. Yeah,
just Applebee's gift cards. That's all he pays him with.
In some iterations, he is a dependent as well. That could complicate matters.
Okay. Well, I feel like we're running out of time here for the discussion. So we gotta make a vote. These are some good observations. All right, everybody, the four of you have your
cue Jeopardy music.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Who thinks Spider-Man? Raise your hand. We got Austin and Jeremy, and then it seems like it's split. Okay. So does that mean Sam and Sam? You guys are on Andrasia?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Team Sam is Team Ambrasia.
All right. Well, some of your own arguments actually swayed me to Team Andrasia as well, because Peter may not even actually have to do taxes.
He might.
sometimes.
It might be something that he's never done before. And the thing about Spider-Man and Peter Parker as a character, why he has endured since 1962, is how relatable he is to the reader.
That's true.
And so to your credit, who pointed out, like, that could be like a side plot that he's trying to fumble about getting his taxes done. I mean, who amongst us, like, they're like, oh, it's April 15th already? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plot twist would be the Sinister Six is for some reason after him and preventing him at every
right.
point.
Yeah, they're doing his taxes because they're too busy attacking the city. Yeah.
Doc Ock has somehow gotten hired at the IRS.
Yeah. Well, good try, Sergio.
Performing an audit.
Jessica.
I tried.
Jessica won this one. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. Jessica is now against Austin. You're next on the list. All right. So, and Jessica, you don't have to stick with the same character. You can mix this up, because you don't know what the competition is. So it's still going to be kind of random. So if you want to pick a different character, you can. But Austin, you go ahead and you go first, because she's the incumbent here.
Okay. So I'm sure everyone's immediately guessing what my character is going to be, given them the Halo guy. I'm going to subvert them entirely. I'm keeping him very, very particular for later. We're going to go with one of his favorite friends, Sergeant Johnson.
Sergeant Johnson. All right. So what do we need to know about Sergeant Johnson?
This man is a cigar-chomping Marine who has fought alongside the Master Chief and other Spartans for years. He's been in 3 whole Halo games, maybe 4 if you like ODST and think that firefight is valid. And otherwise, the guy is all around. I mean, he looks like he's 50, but he's like 75. Black don't crack.
Got it. Cool. All right. And Jess, who are you going with?
I'm going to mix it up to Paladin Dance of the Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout 4.
Paladin Dance Revolution. All right. Paladin Dance. What was his name? Sergeant Johnson?
Sergeant Johnson.
Sergeant. Okay. I wanted to make sure I got the actual like the level of military correct, because that just fell out of my brain for some reason. All right. So we have to pick a number between 1 and 19. Sergio, you were the one who just unfortunately lost that last round. Pick a number, 1 to 19.
Go with number 2.
Number 2. All right, this will be fun. These are great. All right, so here's the argument. Austin, you're starting us off. This is the competition. Who would win or be better at being a driver's ed teacher?
Okay, Sergeant Johnson is perfect for this. This dude was a drill instructor, created the militia that eventually fought the Covenant, this alien conglomerate, for the first time. He's been a special operative for like 30 years. Most of his life has been spent in the military, even before that, as a special operative. And plus, he was a mentor for the Master Chief himself. Come on, he's born to be an instructor.
All right, Jessica.
I don't think we're out there getting our Warthog license. If we're talking alternative vehicles, Paladin Dance is incredibly experienced. He can fly vertibirds. As a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, he is conversant with all sorts of forms of technology. And because of his semi-secret background as a synth, sorry for the spoilers, he has subconscious knowledge and muscle control beyond that of many normal humans.
Interesting. All right, Austin, you have 1 sentence to add in.
I heard the comment about the Warthog. Let me clarify here. This guy loves the oldies. He talks about how much he loves old music. He would know about old cars. He would know about how they work. He'd be able to get you to drive manual or automatic, period.
Interesting. Good arguments. What do you all think?
Do cars even are there any operable cars in the Fallout universe?
Very few. There are some, question. But the majority of tires have been long rotted out.
There is a car in Fallout 2.
Yep.
So there's at least to that. Yes.
I feel like a drill sergeant would give me anxiety if I'm a hapless 15-year-old trying to learn to drive.
Fair. I gotta say, I wouldn't be too impressed with Sergeant Johnson's driving technique with the way my Halo driving goes, with those warthogs flipping around all day long.
Yep. Okay.
Now, is this another situation of within universe driver's ed teachers?
Yeah, you have to assume that they're in the context that they would be in somehow.
Okay, then I'm going to go with Sergeant Johnson, specifically because Dance has never driven a roadworthy vehicle.
The lack of vehicles in the Fallout universe is kind of a hindrance for sure.
It makes it tough. Yeah, it makes it tough. All right, it sounds like you guys are coming to a conclusion.
These are all this is a theoretical exercise, but imagine yourself behind the steering wheel of a car. What's a car?
What is a car? What is a refrigerator?
Do we think in universe it's easier to drive a car than it would be to drive basically operate power armor? I mean, we've seen both in the Fallout show. We saw Lucy get the hang of that pretty quick.
That's true. All right, let's do a vote. I think we've had enough discussion here. Let's do a vote. Who thinks Austin wins?
Sergeant Johnson.
I'm going to have to go Sergeant Johnson.
Austin's not teaching the class, but he made the argument. So, all right. So we got 3 for Sergeant Johnson. Jessica, you don't vote yet because you're competing. So she voted for you.
I think it's fair.
That's great. So Sam, too, you would be with Jessica on this one.
I would be.
Okay. So Sergeant Johnson, congratulations, you win. Jessica, you won one, but you lost this one. Austin moves on. Congratulations. All right. Now it's Austin versus Sam 2.
All right.
We'll do South Park Sam. Oh, that's fun. South Park Sam.
There we go.
All right. Austin, Sam, you're the new one. Who are you picking? What character?
All right. I'm going to go with one of the most iconic South Park characters, Eric Cartman.
Cartman. All right. Cartman versus... do you want to add more about Cartman? I feel like...
No, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We're ready. We're in the ring. We're ready.
Yeah.
Ring that bell.
How would you describe Cartman's personality?
Basically the worst kind of person you would ever meet. Manipulative, arrogant, racist, homophobic, but when it comes to competitions, he knows how to get a leg in those.
All right. Austin, who are you going with?
We're going to go with, this is a little bit of a gamble, I'll admit, but we're going to see if it pays off. Cortana, the AI herself, who has been iconic as a partner to Master Chief in all of his endeavors, and subsequently also straight up Empress of the Galaxy for a little bit there, but we're not going to worry about that.
Okay. All right. Jessica, give me a number between 1 and 18.
We're going to go with 12 again.
12
That'll be
again.
different 12
Yeah,
this time.
things move around because I pull them out of the list and the numbers change. So 12.
I hope this is the hot dog eating contest one.
So this one is who would be the best at the game that we're playing right now? Oh, a little meta there. A little meta. Okay, Sam, South Park Sam, what's your argument for this one?
All right. I guess, are we assuming these characters have their own podcast?
Right. Well, the idea would be that they would be naming a character and making a good argument for why that character would be good at something weird.
All right.
Right.
Well, I guess I would say we know Eric Cartman engages with a lot of different media throughout the show. He's always up to date on whatever current events are going on, what movies are out, what shows are big, what video game is the next hot thing to play. And I think he's able to read people very well, even if they're going to be imaginary characters. So I don't know. That would be my argument for Eric Cartman.
Okay. All right. Austin?
Cortana is an AI that is operating off of a chip that is using a data crystal shard. That data crystal shard has petabytes of storage space on it, tons of information. It has been well documented over and over and over again. Cortana has knowledge of the entirety of human history, its media, and if she doesn't know it already, which is very unlikely, she can access it very easily. I don't think there's a single reason why she wouldn't be able to come up with any reason possible for any character to win any situation, even if we can't think of it.
All right. Sam, final thought?
Basically, he made a really good point there. I can't dispute that.
Okay. Fair enough.
But, I'm sticking behind my choice, and then now it's up to the people.
Okay. All right. Let's open this up. What do you all think?
So it's basically the worst person you could possibly think of versus AI.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If recent events are any indicator, the former wins. Debates anyway.
Yeah. No.
So I guess that actually kind of like goes to the heart of like, what does it mean to win a debate? To present a more logical argument or to convince other people? If it's the latter, I feel like Cartman wins that one because as horrible as he is kind of a populist.
There are a number of times in the series where he has convinced them to do some pretty terrible things.
Yeah, and Sam mentioned like, hey, he's very manipulative, and so he would definitely like start tugging on heartstrings, start just being manipulating the audience into believing what he thinks, and Cortana would use logic and reason, and who wants any of that?
How is she on empathy and appealing to people? Like in your experience, Austin?
Austin, you can answer that. Go ahead.
She is extremely, really well versed in it because her brain is built off of one of the most manipulative people in the galaxy.
There you go.
Solid other point.
Wait, she's based off Eric Cartman?
That's all coming together.
Close enough.
Yep.
If he was given billions of dollars and also did horrible things, but like really, really, I think worse.
We keep on bringing up current politics, guys. Oh, wait a minute. You were talking about fantasy worlds. Okay. Any other questions or thoughts before we get the votes? No? Okay. Let's see. Who thinks Eric Cartman wins? Raise your hand. I see 2 votes. Does that mean the other 2 are voting for Cortana?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Jess and Jeremy voting for Cortana. Oh no, I have to break this. Okay. I'm going to give it to Cortana because as manipulative as Eric Cartman is, I think that she has both more of a background, both in the information and the ability to convey that information. So Austin, congratulations. You're moving on.
The gravy train.
Sorry, Sam. It was close. It was real close. It was tough.
Close battle. I could see Eric Cartman tugging on those heartstrings when he can, but in the end, probably pissing off everyone on his side to the point that they're with Cortana no matter what.
Right.
A canon loss. I love it.
The end of every episode, they turn against him. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Time to move on. Austin, you are carrying forward against N7 Legend. Sam, let's see. Who are you going with? Let's go to N7. N7, what character are you picking?
I'm going to pick Admiral Stephen Hackett.
Okay. Nice.
So I have no idea what competition this is going to be, so it could prove extremely fruitful or horrible. We'll see.
Hackett from Mass Effect, and explain to people who haven't played what Hackett is like.
So Hackett in Mass Effect is like your grizzled old uncle who hits you up when he needs favors done. And he's like supposedly 45 or 50, but he looks like he's 70.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a rough 50.
Yeah.
He's also been through like special training or special ops training, and he is the admiral of an entire fleet. He's basically the most important military officer in the entirety of Mass Effect.
Okay. And then Austin, who are you going with?
I'm going to try to make the odds even here. I'm going to go with Captain Cutter from Halo Wars 1 and 2, the one of the most integral captains in the entirety of the UNSC, and was able to single-handedly use his single ship, to take down an entire army that could have easily leveled most other fleets.
Nice. All right. So we've got Hackett versus Cutter. Sam 2, or South Park Sam. Give me a number between 1 and 17.
All right. Well, when earlier and we were rolling those dice to get our number, I had to go and get one of my own D&D dice.
Nice.
So we're going to go that route as well.
All right.
Let's see. I'll make sure we can hear it.
Good Foley work.
9.
All right. Here we go.
Sorry if that was loud.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. The competition is N7. You're going to start us off. Who's the best at robbing a bank?
Oh, old age and corruption beats youth and beauty every time. So if there's one thing that Hackett knows, it's how to get out of a sticky situation. There have been numerous sticky situations that Hackett has been in charge of, not the least of which involved blowing up an entire solar system effectively and then covering it up so the Alliance didn't get any more than a slap on the wrist. I'd say that flagrantly breaking galactic law and basically getting away with it, it constitutes being able to pull off a bank robbery with minimal repercussions.
Okay, Austin.
My friends already opened this conversation by saying that this guy has already had the experience of solving complicated problems, especially in that of fighting massive wars, which of course is, much, much larger than just a bank robbery. Let's be real about this. Well, let me tell you, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and his son is one of the most famous insurrectionists ever. The insurrectionists, despite the fact that humanity is on its last legs, about to go out, are constantly trying to bring down humanity for some political or corrupted reason. And I gotta say, even though Cutter isn't entirely approving of it, his son thinks just like him. So I think in the right circumstances, with the right assets, with the right tools, Cutter is doing this with ease, without his second thought.
All right, Sam, you got the final response here.
I don't know. If I'm putting together a team to rob a bank, I want to be able to trust everyone. And if I know that one guy's got ties to like a prominent insurrectionist, I might leave him behind.
All right, let's open it up. Questions, thoughts?
So in both cases, we're considering these characters to be the mastermind of the heist. When they're putting the team together, they're essentially operating as a mastermind.
That could be the case, or they could simply be just doing it themselves. It could be a smaller little, just like, grab some cash and leave. But whatever that situation is, we'll go with their arguments for the way they framed it, because either thing could technically be robbing a bank.
Okay, so we have Hackett kind of masterminding the Batarian situation. I like how you referenced that, Sam, because that was a really sticky situation. And then we have the other. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the obviously it's not 1-to-1, but the planning and strategy that went into handling the Batarian situation, I think that's gonna give them a leg up. I mean, if movies have taught me anything, robbing a bank is very tricky.
Yep. Jeremy, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I was going to say, robbing the bank is not the hard part. Surviving and getting away is the hard part.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess my question would be, what would be their getaway plan? Like, can we?
And just in as few words as possible. Okay, Sam, what's the getaway plan for yours?
Right. Well, we can just go right back to the Arrival DLC and say that Hackett is used to high risk extractions, and in that case, it involved Commander Shepard. But even if Commander Shepard doesn't do it, aka you didn't play the DLC, Hackett still pulls it off with a different team of Marines.
He's too Paragon for the bank robbery.
Who are, by the way, not Commander Shepard. So it proves that Hackett is used to both Black Ops and high risk extractions.
Interesting. All right, Austin?
In Halo Wars 1, we have a very important scientist get kidnapped by the Covenant, this massive religious conglomerate. And with very little hesitation, because he's only concerned about the crew and his ship, he goes after this woman. And he devises a whole operation with every single person on board part of the plan. He sets up this perfect situation in which fighting unknown forces, because he fights against not only the Covenant, but he runs into the Flood. If anyone knows anything about the Flood, the fact that he beat them is astounding. A massive galactic-wide infection, basically, that can't be beat, gets temporarily defeated by this man. And not only succeeds, it cripples the Covenant's fleet, because they manage to basically fail to put together a massive fleet that would have actually decimated the entirety of the human race. All of that basically by himself.
Can I get a rebuttal?
If somebody asks you for one, because unfortunately you both.
Sam, can I hear your rebuttal?
Okay, you got to ask it. So go ahead.
So basically, the question was about the 5-0 and how would this person make sure that they can get away from the law enforcement presence that would be swarming. Hackett somehow manages to avoid the entire Reaper fleet during the invasion in Mass Effect 3. And we're talking about sentient, psychotic starships that are swarming the entire Milky Way. So I don't think that getting away from a local police department would be too much of a hassle.
Okay. All right. Well, we're getting down to it.
Can I ask, so robbing a bank does not typically involve like large aircraft already being at their disposal. So, disregarding large aircraft, how are we feeling? Start with Sam.
I can
again.
respond.
Austin, go ahead.
He's extremely comfortable. He has task forces for basically every ground operation, namely, let's say, 3 Spartan 2s, which are the best Spartans in the operation. He has some of the best ones even, and also just plenty of ground operations that he's led personally that have all gone without a hitch. He almost has no failures on his record whatsoever after many, many years of service, even before he was a captain.
Okay, Sam?
Right. Well, Hackett is the most decorated officer in the entire Systems Alliance, and he didn't get there just by patronage or some other kind of nepotism. He was an orphan and avoided street gangs by joining the Special Ops Force for Juveniles in Buenos Aires. So I think he's probably fine getting around on his feet.
All right, we've got to get a vote in. Let's see who. We'll start with Sam since he's the new guy. Who thinks N7 the Legend has the better argument? I see 1 hand, 2 hands.
The orphan argument got me. As soon as you brought up orphans.
All right, so it looks like Sam wins. It looks like Jeremy's the only one who voted for Austin, but the other 3 of you voted for N7 the Legend. Congratulations, Hackett. You're the winner. All right, we're looping this back around to Jeremy. So we've got N7 the Legend versus Void or Jeremy. Jeremy, who are you going with?
So, because I run a D&D podcast, it's going to be one of the NPCs that has its own player sheet, and his name is Grendel.
Okay. Tell us about Grendel.
If anybody here watches anime, he is a mix between Inosuke and Bakugo. Inosuke being a very animalistic character who kind of just does whatever he wants, and then Bakugo being like, you can't kill me, I'm going to kill you first. This character is extremely low intelligence and thinks that he is the best in the world and thinks that he knows everything.
Awesome. Sounds very cool. All right, Sam?
I'm going to go the opposite end of the spectrum just for fun. I'll go super high intelligence. So we'll say the elusive man.
Okay.
For those of you who are not familiar, the elusive man is the leader of a human supremacist organization named Cerberus, which has like an uncanny amount of resources at its disposal, apparently, and has its tentacles, its writhing tentacles, involved in everything from, biomedical research to arms manufacturing to assassination attempts and political scandals, you name it. It's all about influencing the galaxy how the elusive man wants.
All right, sounds good. Austin, give me a number between 1 and 16.
7.
7. 7. Okay, this was my example at the beginning. Who is better at planking? Jeremy, you get to start.
Grendel has a strength of 21 in D&D terms.
A lot of strength. A lot of strength.
So that is very well above average, 10 being the average. So he's cut. Like there have been times where and he has a special power that when he rages, his strength goes up by 5, I think.
Okay.
So in total, he's getting a plus 13 to strength. So
pretty solid. All right, Sam.
The elusive man is only seen not sitting in his chair one scene in Mass Effect 2 and one scene in Mass Effect 3. Can you imagine how stiff this guy is? He's sitting down the entirety of both of those games otherwise, not to mention his advanced age and his implanted Reaper tech that the Reapers could always assume direct control if it appeared that he was going to lose any kind of competition.
All right, Jeremy, one more thought from you.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
the abs on this guy are incredible. Like, it's not just like a 6 or an 8 pack. It's just like you see every muscle fiber in him.
All right. Solid arguments. Let's open this up. Thoughts, questions?
Okay, Tom, I need a clarification. What are they planking on?
It's just planking in general. It would be on anything.
Anything
so
at any
remember
given
when
time.
the planking trip, go back like a decade or whenever this was, decade plus. It's been a while, right? And remember all the videos people would post, and it was just like sometimes it was like on a kitchen counter, across railroad tracks, at the grocery store. It's like planking across everything all the time. It's just
okay. Then I know exactly what my thinking is here. I don't see why the elusive man would ever think that it would be necessary to plank. Grendel, on the other hand, would probably take it as a damn birthright.
Wow, Huston's fired up about this one.
What is Grendel's class?
He is a barbarian.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to, I think my mind is already made up.
But so when we're talking planking, we're talking about social media style planking, not, hard workout planking.
Yeah, no, this is like, there's, I don't know, a ladder over there. I can plank on the ladder, like.
Something else we have to take in mind is like the spot which they plank, where it's cool, like, a park bench or, between two cars. Would Grendel be able to find something cool like that? Or would maybe the elusive man use 2 reapers to plank atop of? That would get some points for me.
Grendel can definitely find like 2 boulders. He grew up under one, so
it's interesting you bring up the Reapers though, because it's 0 gravity. I think he wins that one. If you're competing against someone who's not in zero gravity, anyway. But the elusive man's a master of deception anyway. So, like, depending on how the judges were viewing the planking competition, he could probably just like hack the feeds and make it look like he was planking endlessly.
Ooh. I'm not sure if that speaks to the challenge, but okay. So the elusive man is known for unbending will, not really unbending body. How do you think he keeps it tight?
It's the implants. Sorry, go on.
It's the implants. It is. It's the Reaper implants and the endless supplies of cigars and bourbon.
Yeah, he's already hollowed. He's a half a mummy already.
Now, I would say one thing against the elusive man's, to argue against him would be, yes, all that smoking he does, but from what I understand in the Mass Effect universe, there are no negative benefits.
That's correct.
To smoking, right?
In the Mass Effect universe, all negative health benefits or negative health repercussions have pretty much been mitigated.
But then in Grendel's argument against Grendel is, I would say we need a D20 roll to see what we land on.
Yeah, just give it a roll.
Yes. Is he raging?
Yeah, if it's a 1, it's a failure.
Right, give it a roll.
Saving throw.
What'd you get?
Hold on. Let me get it on the desk so you can hear it.
Okay. All right. Oh no!
Did he roll in that one?
On the die, it's a 3, so that's a 16 if he's raging.
Okay, that's still okay. That's an okay roll. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right. Well, let's vote on this. This is a fun one. What do you all think? Who thinks Grendel?
Gonna have to go
all
with the
4 of you.
Yeah.
Wow, Grendel wins. Those are some good arguments.
I agree.
That was solid. All right, let's keep this going. We've still got some time on this show. Jeremy, you are against Sergio now. We're going back around to Sergio.
Okay.
What character, Sergio? Who are you picking? Since you're the new guy on this one.
Let's go Dungeons and Dragons Lorecast. Let's go with Dritz.
Dritz? How do you say his last name? Duarden. Duarden. And then Jeremy.
I'm gonna have to go with my DM character of Void.
Void. Oh, your DM character. Interesting. Okay, so let's go back to Sergio. What can you tell people briefly about Dritz?
Dritz is a drow, dark elf, master swordsman, renowned throughout the Forgotten Realms for his scimitars, icing death and twinkles. And I mean, he is hardly ever beat in combat, in one-on-one combat.
All right, and Jeremy?
So Void originally was a variant human warlock, and so he woke up in a barrel as a shadow.
As you do. I mean,
yep.
we've all been through, through that.
And he basically woke up in a barrel and went through the campaign, disappeared, came back with his second consciousness, in quotes, named Nightfall. And Nightfall is basically Venom, but a little cooler in my opinion.
Oh, cooler than Venom. All right. This is an interesting matchup. All right. So, Sam, are you here? Sam and 7? I think you had to step
Yes,
away.
I am.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I need a number between 1 and 15.
15.
15. All right. Who would be the best at running a zoo? Sergio, go first.
Well, if you are familiar with Dritz Jordan, you know that he has an animal companion known as Guinevere, a black panther that lives on the astral plane, and because of this, he is very adept at animal handling. And as a follower of Myliki, he would be very much attuned to the animal kingdom, and he would run, pardon my French, but one heck of a zoo.
All right. Void? Tell us about Void.
Is it possible to just give it? Because Void being me and having had this character for years, I know immediately he would get too annoyed.
So it's not possible. He cannot win this
I
competition.
don't think he could take care of the zoo.
It smells horrible.
Exactly.
Nice. All right. Well, Sergio, congratulations. You win. There's no contest. By default, Dritz wins. That means that you are now going back against Jessica. It's a rematch.
Rematch.
Rematch. Jess,
He's literally a ranger. I mean, yeah, you had to win that one.
Right. So, Jess, who are you going with?
Oh, I'm going to go with Barrett. We're going to stick with companions in the Starfield universe.
Okay.
So we'll go with Barrett.
Okay, Barrett. And describe Barrett briefly.
He works with Constellation. He's an advanced engineer. He's known for being incredibly charismatic. He's a great cook. He is the kind of guy that can get in a situation. He can be in a hostage situation, and when you find him, he's there chatting with his captors, completely free of bonds, just sharing a hoagie.
Yep,
So,
yeah, he's super charismatic.
Guy.
He's got one of those voices that you're just like, oh, this guy. Yep. All right, Sergio.
I'm going to switch it up, go back to the Marvel Universe, and I'm going to go with one Tony Stark, a.k.a. Iron Man.
All right, Iron Man, Tony Stark. Void, give me a number between 1 and 14. Are you rolling again?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, D4 and D10.
All right.
9.
All right. Oh, no. Okay. So here we go. Jessica, you're going to start us off on this one. Who is the best at seducing a sugar daddy or mama?
Well, my goodness. So Barrett, he's known as incredibly seductive. He is basically the Barry White of the Starfield universe. He will put on the tunes, and yes, he has all the tunes. He has all the stuff, but he's also, as a bisexual man, he is, it will step up to many situations that may come in here. So he is suave, he is ready to swing, and he's gonna seduce them.
Okay. All right. Man, this is going to be tough. All right. Sergio?
When one thinks of the phrase billionaire playboy, one automatically thinks Tony Stark. He's beyond a genius, devilishly handsome, has a rapier's wit, and can get into anyone's drawers that he puts his mind to.
All right, Jess, one more thought from you.
Money doesn't buy everything. Some billionaire playboys' reputations precede them.
Ooh, all right. Questions, thoughts?
Is cooking involved in this seduction?
It could be. It could be.
It certainly should be, because, obviously we know the way to many people's heart is through their stomach, and Barrett is very prepared.
Are they doing this as part of a task, or are they just doing this for pleasure?
Is this business seduction or pleasure seduction?
It seems like the connotation here of a sugar daddy / mama kind of implies a little bit of both.
Okay.
Now this
I
was going to say this might hurt my my chances, but I will be the first to admit that Tony Stark being a billionaire, he probably wouldn't be apt to need a sugar mama or daddy.
He would be the sugar daddy.
He'd probably just be seducing for love of the game, honestly.
I can't see, because the sugar daddy, sugar mama situation is inherent power dynamic there. I cannot see Tony Stark accepting conditions or terms or, any kind of direction from a sugar daddy or mama.
Right. Like, having to put his hand out and say, monies, please.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit rough.
Yeah. So I think he could. He is absolutely capable of doing so. But would he? That's the argument to be made.
All right. Any other thoughts or questions?
I guess could Barrett look past the memory of his dead husband in this situation, or would it be too much for him to move on?
Barrett in the game can actually move on with the player character if certain things are right. So yes, if the Starfield aligns, he definitely would.
Good question. Good question. All right, let's get a vote. What do you all think? Jessica is the what's the word for the person who's competing against the person who's the incumbent? The
Challenger.
Challenger. That's a good word for it. Jessica's the challenger. Who do you think Jessica? Who thinks Jessica and Barrett win? I see two hands. The other two, you guys are going for Tony Stark and Sergio?
Yeah.
Oh, it's both. Okay, so I have to break this. Sergio, I think you're right. I think Tony Stark doesn't need a sugar daddy or sugar mama. Right. And I think that's probably the difference. Both of them are super suave, extremely capable. If it was just seduction was just the question, it'd be a toss-up.
Right. But the qualifier, it's for the sugar mama or daddy. So
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. So I think, Jessica, you win this one. Congratulations. All right. We are getting close to the end of this fun little game. We don't really have a final round or anything like that. But here's what I want to do. Who would like to be in a final round and make an argument? We could do 2 people. We could do 3 people. Who has another character? They're like, oh, I'd really love to have this character.
I'll do it.
Okay. Austin. I see N7. Anybody else want to join in on this one? It can be more than just 2 people. Void?
Let's do the battle royale.
Everybody?
Let's all do it.
Everybody? Okay. Everybody. But then here's what's going to happen is that you are all still going to have to vote. So you might be voting against your character. In fact, you can't vote for your own character. You have to vote for somebody else's.
Honestly, I would have voted against Tony Stark in that last one.
Fair enough.
I kind of argued myself out of it.
And without the qualifier, any random person, I would have voted for Tony Stark. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Yeah,
I hear you.
That was a really good matchup for that question. Like that was really cool. All right, so let's just go in order. Just name your character. Give us a really brief description. Void?
My character is the Gremlin. He is basically the party snail, and it will find them anywhere, anytime, and it will try to always kill them.
Oh, nice. All right, he's got one of those voices. Does he get angry and sound like Gollum?
This is about his voice. He's pretty intimidating when he turns red.
He's kind of halfway between like Elmo and Gollum.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, he's in there. Very cool. All right, Sergio?
Okay, so I'm going to stay with the Marvel Universe, and we are in season 2 of the 616 Files in 1963. And so I'm going to pick characters that we have currently covered, and I'm going to go with Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk.
Got it. All right, Jess?
I'm going to keep jumping around. Let's go back to the Fallout universe to keep that representation, and I'll go with Nick Valentine, detective from Fallout 4.
Nice. Austin?
I, of course, have to bring out the big guns. The one and only the Master Chief himself. A man who has not only demonstrated his humanity and done a good job of being there for his teammates and those who need him, but also the decimator of 2 separate armies in one day and continues to do things like this. That's my man.
All right. Sam? South Park Sam?
I'm going to be going with Randy Marsh.
Randy Marsh. All right. Cool.
Let's go.
All right. And then
I kind of already want to vote for Randy, to be honest.
N7.
I got to go with Legion.
Legion.
From Mass Effect. Legion, the first Geth that we meet and evidence that the Geth are sentient, even though they are hive mind.
All right. Here's how this is going to go. I need a number between 1 and 13.
Ooh, let's roll a dice.
Yeah, roll a dice for me.
I got one.
Go for it. Oh.
7.
Man, all these middle numbers. Okay, here we go. I think this is a good one for this competition. All right, this needs to be super brief. Just give me like one reason why, and we're going to go backwards. We'll start with N7, and we'll go all the way back to Void. One reason why your character would be the best one to help an old woman cross the street.
Instant threat identification. The Geth are not human. They have insane computational powers.
Okay. South Park Sam?
I gotta say, Randy would probably just leave the woman in the middle of the road. He'd get distracted by something. But let's say he makes it across. He does know how to... No, he's not good with old people. Nope. We're out.
All right. It's an anti-argument. Cool. Austin?
This man has been displayed in marketing across the entirety of the internet and TV to protect people all the time. 1-ton armor, energy shielding, sensors out the wazoo for every single spectrum you can think of, and he cares about the elderly.
Jessica?
With the brains of a police officer, with a long career from the 2000s to the heart and soul of a character who has lived 200 years, Nick Valentine respects the elderly and has excellent manners. He'd walk her across and call her sweetheart at the end.
You guys are really good at like framing these arguments. It sounds like you all are running for office or something, which is great. Sergio,
Wait, we're not?
Sergio, go ahead.
Is this not for president of Robots Radio? I mean, he's the Incredible Hulk. He would pick this old lady up, put her over his shoulder, walk across the street. Who cares if a bus hits him? He's the Hulk. And the bus, I'd hate to be the bus hitting the Hulk. No matter what crosses his path, that old lady's making it with that chicken.
She has a chicken?
Yeah, the one that
chicken also crossed the road.
Is that like food or is it like a pet?
No. Well, why did the chicken cross the road?
I get it, but is she going to eat the chicken or is
she might? I don't know. I'm not in that old lady's business. I'm not her biographer.
Okay, all right. Just wondering. Jeremy?
Well, she'll get there very quickly because the gremlin will just pick her up and throw her.
Okay, all right. So I didn't say safely. It just said help an old woman across the street. So I guess that counts. All right. So we've got the Gremlin, Bruce Banner / the Hulk, Nick Valentine, Master Chief, Randy Marsh, and Legion. All right. Now we need some votes here. Who is voting for Legion? Anybody? All right. No votes for Legion. Who's voting for? Oh, did you vote for Legion, Jess?
I am switching my colors to Legion.
Okay,
voting for Legion.
One vote for Legion. All right, I'm going to mark this down. All right, what about Randy Marsh? Any votes for Randy Marsh? No votes for Randy Marsh. Master Chief. One vote for Master Chief. Okay. Nick Valentine. 3 votes for Nick Valentine. Oh boy. Bruce Banner. I think everyone's voted.
Yep.
Everyone's voted. That's 5 votes.
No, I didn't vote. I was going to vote for Gremlins.
You're going to vote for Gremlin? Okay, you didn't vote. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
He's going to throw the old lady. How is that helpful?
There's 6 of you, not 5 of you. He's throwing an old woman. Well, throwing the old woman does not beat Nick Valentine. Congratulations, Jessica Starr. You are the winner of our competition today. You have the best arguments and the best characters for doing all sorts of random things. Congratulations.
Thank you. I loved everybody's characters. This was awesome to hear.
Yeah, this was super fun. I love all the different creative answers. And I also love when some of you were just like, nah, my character sucks at that. Nope. The honesty was very nice. But everybody, thank you for being here. We're just going to recap real quick. We'll go back through. Let's actually go backwards this time from N7 through. Who are you? Why should people check out your shows? What are they? And also, thanks for being here. Sam, go ahead.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Gonna have an existential crisis now. No, I'm N7 Legend. I host the Mass Effect Lorecast. I also stream to Twitch. Most of the time I'm streaming Mass Effect, but lately I've been streaming a lot of Fallout. A lot of Tales of Two Wastelands mod, if you know that one.
What is this game? This is a game called Fallout?
Yes, this is a game called Fallout.
I don't think any of us have heard of it.
Oh no, I meant the mod specifically, but it combines Fallout 3 and New Vegas. But
right.
But yeah, I am live with the Mass Effect Lorecast every week on Tuesdays. That's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Pacific. And right now we're covering some very little known lore around the virtual aliens. So if that is your jam, come stop on by.
Awesome. South Park Sam, where can people check out your stuff?
Yes, you can check me out at robotsradio.net or on the Spotify. The podcast is They Killed Kenny, South Park Retrospective, where we examine everything from the show to its writing, its characters, and cultural context that shaped it as it went along. Only got a few episodes out, but I'm hoping to get the next one out soon.
Awesome. Yeah, go check that out as well. Austin, I know you've got a bunch of stuff. Which stuff do you want to rep?
I'm going to do my best to just consolidate it down to 3. Hi, again, I'm Austin from Jumperscape, producer of a lot of different things. Primary thing is, of course, the Library Halo Lorecast. Every Thursday, join me and 3 of my friends to talk about Halo. We've been going for 150 episodes now, and it's cooking. Like, we're cooking with avocado oil. If you want to tune in some of the other things that we do, we also have Chatternet Daily Halo Radio with 14 unique hosts going live every single day, every morning to help you get your day kicked off. And if you want to get a little bit outside of Halo, we also have a Helldivers podcast called Illegal Broadcast, which will give you a little bit of news in universe. So it's a good little time. If you want to see all of that, just go to jumperscape.com.
Awesome. Jessica?
Hey, I'm Jessica Starr, and again, I host the Starfield Lorecast, the Fallout Feed podcast, several other things. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Sleep4T. That's at Sleep is for the letter T. If you want to know what's coming up, exciting things in the works, next Starfield Lorecast should be a deep dive with a resolute cartographer on system designations, geography, and statistics, and the C3 Bethesda modding convention. I'm working that with Eleonora and a few friends coming up on March 14th and 15th. So depending upon when you listen to this, check out the C3 convention. It's going to be Saturday, Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're covering Skywind. We're covering Sky Oblivion. We're doing a bunch of Starfield verified creator panels, and I'll be showing Fallout Upstate, the fan film. So a lot of stuff happening.
Nice. That sounds great. Sergio?
Name is Sergio, host of the Dungeons and Dragons Lorecast. Each and every week, we're diving into the lore behind the world's most popular role-playing game, and also the co-host of the 616 Files, where every other week, the host and I, Sean Hamill, author of Cosmology of Monsters, The Dissonance, Brand New Alien, Perfect Organisms, Solomon Kane, Suffer the Witch, all novels you can buy on Amazon or your friendly local bookstore. And we talk about the history of the Marvel Universe starting all the way back in 1961.
Nice. And then Jeremy.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I run the Dungeons and Dipshits I Love Play D&D podcast here on the Robots Radio Network. You can find me on Discord. We've got a Blue Sky, Instagram, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
I might have a project in the works, but...
Yeah. Like so many of us, you're like, I got this other idea.
Course.
Maybe we want to do this other thing. Speaking of projects in the works, if you'd like to join us and be part of this wacky crew, then you can always sign up and join us and be part of the network. You can join the Robots Radio Rocket Club and just go to robotsradio.net. There's a section on there that explains how to do that, and you can launch your own show. I'll help you out, get you started, and then help you with hosting and some advice about making sure that your show is successful and all of that. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. This has been super fun. I'm glad you enjoyed my silly game. You made some wonderful arguments. This has been a great time. And thank you for listening and being a part of this. Again, I'm Tom, or Robots. I run the network, and I also do the Fallout Lorecast, the Elder Scrolls Lorecast, the Lord of the Rings Lorecast, and Retro Recall, where we go back and play games we haven't played in like 30 years to see if they still hold up. And also just, I don't know, roll around in the nostalgia for a bit. So come join me for that stuff. Robotsradio.net for all of these shows and everything else that you could possibly want to know about the network. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Until next time, I don't know, help old ladies cross the street. Think about running a zoo. Practice your planking. Rob a bank. Don't actually rob a bank. Play games like this. Teach driver's ed and do your taxes, because it's that time of year. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.